number 4. Help. My boyfriend insists on knowing my body count. I have now been dating this guy for 4 months. Everything's going well and he ticks so many of my boxes. And he always tells me how I tick his as well. However, he keeps going on about wanting to know my body count, aka how many people I have slept with. I think it's so silly and unimportant as I really don't care what his is either. And for me, it wouldn't change anything between us or about the way I feel about him. However, he really does insist on knowing my body count as he probably has asked me 6 times already. What do I do now?
I
Spicy.
don't know why boys have an issue with girls having slept with as many or more people as them.
I don't understand. Like, they really have an issue with it.
They do.
I ask many boys that, and they're like,
why they have an issue?
Yeah, and mostly like they can't really reply to it themselves. They're like, well, that's just how society is, unfortunately. And I'm like, that's a dumb answer. But you know what I mean? Like, but it's the thing. Like, they have an issue with it, and I really don't know why.
But you know what's so funny about this situation is, like, so they've been on the other side of how a boy and a girl get together and go home and have sex, right?
Yeah.
So why are they shocked when that's happened to us?
That's so true. That's such a good point.
Like,
yeah.
Wait, but you know how to do it because you do it. And then, like, we're the dumb idiots that actually fall for it and do it? Like, what?
But there's this thing called the Madonna whore complex. So a man, according to the complex, to like this theory or whatever it is, a man either sees a woman as Madonna, so as a saint, or a whore.
Yeah, it's like,
so in their head,
just like a fun night.
According to the theory, the girls, I guess, they go home with, they see as a whore.
Yeah. But
they would never marry them. Like, they don't see them as a wife
material, yeah.
Or something like that, yeah. And which is silly, but okay. And or they see them as a saint, and that's like wifey material. But the saint has to be very, like, you know, like dressed in white, like very angelic virgin.
Yeah, like hardly touched.
Untouched.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like just
it's a very black and white theory.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I understand. It doesn't make sense to me, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a very old way of thinking. I feel like a lot of it's just different now. I don't think it's an issue if a girl has a high body count. I really don't. I don't see why boys are allowed to and we aren't.
Yeah. Like, if you're a boy, please DM us and explain it to us. Why can't us girls, like, do this? This is, again, this whole image of society that's been put in my head, in our head, in women's head.
1,000,000%.
Because I'm sorry, like, it takes 2 to
absolutely
have intercourse.
2 to tango.
It takes 2 to tango, exactly.
Yeah, I really, really don't agree with it. I also don't agree that he's asking you over and over again what your body count is. Like, that's a really private thing. If you don't want to share, you don't want to share.
Exactly. Like, what does it matter? It's a private matter.
But
the fact that he asks you means it's important to him. So whatever you'll say, I feel like he'll have bad comments about it.
My advice would be, and this is probably not very good advice, but what I would probably do, I guess it depends what kind of person he is. Only you know him. Like, we don't know him, so we don't know how he could possibly respond. But if you think he's going to have a really big issue with the amount of people you've slept with, like,
which
what
he probably will.
Yeah, but what he doesn't know won't hurt him. Like,
I think so too.
Just say, like, a little bit less than it is. I don't know.
I think, like,
whatever.
I know, like, even though it won't influence your feelings, it will influence his 100%, else he wouldn't go on about knowing it. Like, why does it matter?
Yeah. So that would be my advice. I know that's probably, like, I mean, I'm literally telling you to lie, but, like, whatever. Little white lies every once in a while.
Honestly, I wouldn't even say a number. I'd be like, it doesn't matter. It's none of your issue. And if you can't understand that, then that's a you problem, not a me problem.
Yeah, true.
Like, my number is not going to change.
Yeah.
Overnight.
It's like, also, you know what I hate? I hate when people ask questions they don't want to know the answer to. Like, don't ask a question if you don't want to know the answer. Like, it's, like, literally simple. You can't get mad at me if you ask me a question and I tell you and you don't like the answer.
Yeah, what he doesn't know can't hurt.
Like, don't ask them.
Yeah.
You asked.
I also Googled this, actually. And according to Google, the perfect body count is number 13. Apparently, it's not too much and not too little.
So 10 exes and 13 people. Interesting.
Interesting.
So 3 night stands. You're allowed 3 night stands.
You're allowed 3 one-night stands. Once you're married, that's it.
Yeah.
So have fun and just stick to your guns.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him why it's not important for him to know, and make sure he never finds out.
Yeah.
And if
Do
he
what
really
you
does,
want.
if he does really want to know a number, say number 13. According to Google,
Yeah.
you should say number 13.
And also, like, if you don't want to tell him, like, just don't. Like, it's, you know.
I wouldn't tell him.
Like, just leave it. Yeah. He'll eventually he'll stop asking. And if he doesn't, if he really can't get past this, then he's just not the right guy. I mean, that's so silly.